Alright, enough of the Ryback thing. Okay, enough of my son playing the miniature Ryback. Whatever. I don't hear any Goldberg chants in the background. Point of it is, here it is, guys. It's another week of the franchise coming to you with thoughts on the week of pro wrestling. Yeah, it's not on anymore, dude, okay? Yeah, Daddy turned it off. Alright? Just want to let everybody know right now that little Jimmy is not here just yet. He might be here a little bit later on, but I sent him out to get milk. I'm really hoping the little son of a gun doesn't come back right this moment. So we're going to try to get through this without little Jimmy today. But I'm not going to promise nothing, okay? Point of it is, Hell in a Cell happened last night. Y'all read my blog, and you ought to know that it was called the worst pay-per-view in WWE history, right behind Extreme Rules, when they let Lesnar lose to John Cena. I thought that last night's pay-per-view was put together poorly. I thought the matches were terrible. And I thought the swerve that we got with the CM Punk Ryback match was probably the worst that they could have done. Yes, we all know CM Punk wasn't going to lose the title. We all know Ryback wasn't going to win the title. But the way they made the match finish was terrible. They could have come up with something totally different. Don't get me wrong. I love the fact that he beat up a referee. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry. FCW wrestling. I love the fact that Punk ran like a coward scurried up the cage. I loved how Ryback climbed the cage. I'm just glad it didn't rip off Undertaker and Mick Foley from Hell in a Cell. Because if they would have done that, that would have been it. I've been done. There would have been no way. There's only one time that you ever want to do that, and that happened with Taker and Mick Foley. So, here's my thoughts. Well, it about sums it up, really. No, I'm just kidding. Randy Orton and Alberto Del Rio. I recently watched an Alberto Del Rio MMA fight against Mirko Krokop. Let's just say Alberto Del Rio's better off in the WWE or even back in Mexico. Because, by God, he is not an MMA fighter. No way in hell. Krokop did a kick just like that and it was over. Anyway, I didn't actually get to watch the match because I had just recently got home and it had already been on. They put it as the first match, which really sucked ass. I kind of wanted to see if Barry Bertie could handle with Orton. And, of course, I saw Randy Orton won with an RKO. That's awesome. So that sets up a little bit of a feud going over on SmackDown with Bertie and Orton. We saw Sheamus lose to the Big Show last night. I kind of thought maybe what was going to happen there would have been the brogue kick really would have caught Big Show off the apron and put Show through a table. And then the zigzag would have came in and cashed in and dropped it on Sheamus and took the title. But that didn't happen. I thought maybe we'd see the weapon of mass destruction punch by Big Show, which we did. And Big Show would have been so beat stamina-wise, the zigzag would have came in and plowed Big Show with a briefcase or a chair and cashed in. Didn't happen. I heard a lot of people screaming about Ziggler coming in during Ryback and Punk's match. Not going to happen. No, not going to happen. We might see it later on down the line that we get to see some zigzag and Punk matches, but it's not going to happen at this time. While CM Punk is going to become the 9th longest reigning WWE champion of all time, WWE is doing two things. They're setting up a big epic CM Punk Rock deal come the Rumble, possibly into WrestleMania. Okay? They're also going to have CM Punk hold this WWE title all the way until Punk is the second longest reigning WWE champion in history. They are not going to have CM Punk become the #1. It's not going to happen. Are we going to see a Steve Austin and CM Punk match at WrestleMania? I don't want to say yes, and I sure as hell don't want to say no. But if we do, I really hope to God Stone Cold Steve Austin. Yeah, that's my son pushing his chair around in the background. Anyway, so if we do, I hope that Steve Austin is in great shape to actually give us a match to the caliber that we all expect the Texas Rattlesnake to give us, and everything. But I don't know if that's going to happen. Would I love to see it? You're damn right, I'd love to see it. Are we going to see an epic Rock and CM Punk match? Probably. Is it going to be stellar and grand? Yeah, for one time only. The Rock's a big Hollywood movie star. He's one of the best guys to come out of WWE to become a Hollywood star and actually go somewhere. He is a semi full-time, part-time, whatever you want to call it. I think he's a temp right now. I think he was signed by a temp agency to be working for WWE at this time. Other thoughts. Tag team title match, terrible. I would have rather seen Rhodes Scholars take the titles in that match. I would have loved to seen those two teams, Team Hell No and Rhodes Scholars, battle out till the Royal Rumble. Didn't really care for the Divas match, even though it took me 20 minutes to get someone to answer me and tell me who won. It was smoke time. Raw's going to be very interesting tonight. There's going to be a lot of explaining to do from Paul Heyman, from CM Punk. I'm sure we'll probably see this FCW/referee, whatever you want to call him, speak something. We might see some kind of interaction between him and Paul Heyman and Punk tonight. There's a seal of deal that shows that he was paid off, which we all know. I haven't heard any backstage fallout from Vince McMahon yet about anything that happened last night. Point of it is I don't believe Hell in a Cell was all that great of a pay-per-view. Now, I know a lot of you are going to disagree, and that's fine. That's your opinion. Point of it is I'm 32 years old. I've watched every Hell in a Cell pay-per-view from the very beginning in St. Louis with Shawn Michaels, The Undertaker, and when Kane arrived and ripped the door off the cage. There's been a lot of lackluster Hell in a Cell matches and everything else, and I think last night's was pretty lackluster. They kind of killed the whole persona of the great big monster. They should have done with Ryback is had Ryback completely decimate and break CM Punk and have CM Punk crawl out of the cage by pube hair second to win. Yes, I said pube hair. But they didn't do that. Yeah, they showed Punk get beat up a little bit here and there and everything else. But they also showed that Ryback was able to be put down. But he also stood back up every time. The whole point on top of the cage, yeah, it was a throw in the face of The Undertaker and Mick Foley. Luckily, the thing didn't break, because if it did, I'm pretty sure there would have been a pretty bad reaction when they hit the mat, especially after a shell shock. But I'm sure they probably reinforced the top of it really, really well and stuff like that. So, are we going to see a major deal on Monday Night Raw tonight? I'm pretty sure we will. I'm sure we're going to get to hear from, what's the guy's name? What's his name? Oh, yeah, everybody knows his name. John fucking Cena. Okay? We're going to get to hear his thoughts. He's already went out there and was like, if Ryback would have won, I want to throw my name in the hat for being the first one to come after that title. Blah, 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 blah. We all know you're the freaking golden boy right now. We all know you got the silver spoon in your freaking mouth. You're stale. I'm tired of seeing it. A lot of other people are tired of seeing it. What really needs to happen on Monday Night Raw tonight is just like I said in my blog. Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins need to appear at the side of CM Punk and Paul Heyman backstage tonight on Raw. We're not going to see it, but if WWE Creative really wanted to get crazy with this and make it good, that's what I would do. Hey Vince, I'll send you my phone number. Give me a call. I'll come and write a segment for the show tonight really fast, and you can implement it in. Bring in Ambrose. Bring in Rollins. Align him with CM Punk and Heyman. And at the last moment, before Raw goes off the air, as they're all standing on stage, here comes the mother effing pain Brock Lesnar out. There's your new stable, ran by Paul Heyman. Who else is better to run it than Paul Heyman? Right? Do it. Will you? No. You're going to kick us in the nutsack again, just like you did last night. Point of it is, Raw's going to be awesome tonight, one way or another. We're not going to get to see any Ambrose. We're not going to see any Seth Rollins, which I really wish we would. Start a whole new huge stable. And I know everybody's getting tired of stables. 4 Horsemen, Evolution, DX, Fortune, Main Event Mafia, NXT, blah, 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 blah. If they need a dominant team right now to run this so-called PG era, they need to implement Ambrose, Rollins, Heyman, Punk, and Lesnar. It needs to happen. It needs to happen now. So, in closing, go away! You're not coming in, little Jimmy, unless you got my milk for my chocolate chip cookies. Dude, I gotta hurry up and get off here. Little Jimmy's banging on the door back there. I really don't need him in here right this moment, because all he's gonna do is just climb all over again. So in closing, gonna go blank for 1 second. Feed me.
Eat. More.